Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurfahna Abraham Temisdan and my supervisor name is Technologist Dr. Karina Arin Fariza binti Hajar Abu Samah. Today, I'm going to present about my project titled Visualizing the Best Malaysian Airline Companies Through Classification of Twitter Sentiment Analysis using Nave Bayes. After manufacturing and commodities industry, tourism placing third as the biggest contributor to Malaysia's gross domestic product (GDP). According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, a gross value added to tourism industries (GVATI) recorded a contribution of 15.9% to the GDP in 2019 compared to 2018 with 15.2%. 3.9% of the GVATI is from the category passenger transport. This indicates that the airline industry is also a part of the contribution to the tourism in Malaysia. Centre for Aviation (CAPA) stated that AirAsia, Malaysia Airlines and Malindo Air are the top 3 airlines in Malaysia with the highest annual passenger traffic from 2012 to 2018 excluding the foreign airlines. Besides that, customer opinions play an important role in maintaining the reputation and improving the quality of service of the airlines. World Airline Star Rating (WASR), the global airline quality rating program introduced by Skytrax, stated that they are recognized as a global benchmark of airline standards worldwide, including Malaysia, and use a quality scale from 1 star through the exclusive 5-star airline award. Besides WASR, there are also online travel agents (OTA), the companies in the airline and travel market such as Kayak, Kiwi.com, Skyscanner, and Skiplet that offer a comparison of price of the airlines. Most consumers also prefer using OTAs and meta search engines to obtain coverage of the market instead of conducting an extensive direct search with different individual airline websites. The first problem statement for this project is there is no specific platform for online review among companies despite it is critical for business growth, performance and improvement of customer experience. Electric word of mouth (EWOM) shared by other airline passengers are considered trustworthy, fast and widespread. Even though WASR and OTA can compare the airlines, both have limitations such as cannot see the direct comparison and only show certain information such as ticket prices. At the same time, it is meaningful to derive the reviews and opinions expressed by an experienced customer to gain insights, predict the present direction to move forward and the future. Secondly, most online ratings obtain their result from the online platform using the English language. When research teams conduct systematic reviews, studies published in a language other than English are mostly neglected, and that researchers had argued about the possibility of bias when excluding non-English studies. Hence, classification of Twitter sentiment analysis to analyze the Malaysian airline company's reputation through data visualization is proposed for this project. There are 3 objectives for this project. The first one is to design a web application system that can visualize the best Malaysian airline companies through classification of Twitter sentiment analysis. The second one is to develop the design system using Nave Bayes. And the last one is to test the functionality and usability of the system. There are 2 components covered in the scope. The first one is the target audience. The targeted users are the 3 Malaysian airline companies, which are Malaysia Airlines, AirAsia and Malindo Air, and their consumers. The second one is the features of the system. The system is a web-based application written in Python. The data is obtained from a post made on the Twitter social platform in bilingual languages, English and Bahasa Malaysia, dated from January 1st, 2019 to December 31st, 2019. The Nave Bayes classifier was chosen as the classifier model and the TF-IDF is used in information retrieval and text mining. The significance of this project is the system can help the Malaysian airline companies to have visualization about the reputation of their company compared to other companies. Next, the system can help Malaysian airline consumers to see a direct comparison among the 3 airlines. And the last one is, this project also contributes to the domain of the study in the research area as it involves creating a bilingual sentiment analyzer that includes Bahasa Malaysia and English. There are 4 advantages of this project. The first one is Nave Bayes as the model classifier algorithm. This project uses the NB algorithm, which is an efficient algorithm as it is simple and naive. The second one is extracted tweets in Bahasa Malaysia and English language. This project incorporates bilingual ability in its sentiment analyzer. The third one is visualizing techniques using Plotlist Python graphic library. This project provides enhanced data interactivity. And the last one is the web-based platform as computing platform. This project is accessible easily. This project uses modified waterfall methodology. Traditional waterfall model works without any overlapping between the stages. Hence, modified waterfall methodology is an improved version of waterfall model. It allows the phases to overlap and provide flexibility in the process. Shown here is the flowchart process and the use case diagram involved in the design phase. There are 8 use cases used for the project. In the development, there are data collection and data preprocessing. The process started with data collection by extracting tweets in both Bahasa Malaysia and English related to the 3 airline companies using the Twitter scraping tool for Python, Twin. Next, data preprocessing took place to obtain better features. Vectorization process to extract the feature by converting the tokens of word obtained into a vector that can be learned by a machine learning model. The TF-IDF is applied to the data to statistically determine how important a word is in the document. And lastly, Bayes classifier is implemented to obtain the performance metric to classify the words into positive, negative, and neutral. Data visualization is the last step in the development phase. After sentiment classification is done, the data is visualized using Plotly. The data obtained are imported into the pandas data frames in Python. Interactive charts are generated along with the details entered through some coding. Word cloud will visualize the text data for the airline companies in different colors, and the size of the word will emphasize the frequency of the words appear in the text data. The accuracy test for English model is 93%, while the accuracy test for Malay model is 91%. Both models receive more than 90%, which indicates that there are 9 correct results in every 10 attempts. During the functionality testing, each use case is tested and each use case successfully meets the expected result. Next is the usability testing. The SUS score obtained is 94.7%. The system starts with the login page. If the user has not registered, then the user can register by clicking this register button. Then the user will be directed back to the login page. The user needs to key in the username and password to log in into the system. After the user successfully log in into the system, the user will be directed to the overview page. In the overview page, the overall BTF for each company is displayed. As we can see here, AirAsia have 35.8%, Malindo Air 43.0%, and Malaysia Airlines 42.7%. Next is the overall sentiment of the companies in 2019, which is from January 2019 until December 2019 is displayed. As you can see here, the positive sentiment is presented in green color, while negative in red color and neutral in yellow color. All the 3 companies have positive as their highest sentiment, followed by negative and lastly neutral sentiment. By clicking the sentiment on the legend, the user will disable the sentiment from the graph. Next is the total mentions. The total mentions is displayed in line chart. The net mentions of a month can be viewed in either in 1 year or 6 months. The same as the bar chart, by clicking the company name in the legends, the company will be disappear from the line chart. Next is the word cloud. The words related to positive, negative, and neutral sentiment is presented in word cloud. Next, to go to AirAsia dashboard, user can click the AirAsia dashboard in the sidebar menu option. So, in the dashboard, the summary sentiment of the company is displayed. As we can see here, the BTF of AirAsia is 35.8% and the total mentions is 7,410. From that, positive mentions is 3,025 and negative mentions is 2,379. Next is the overall statistics. User can choose to view the overall statistics in line chart or in bar chart. In the line chart, user can choose to view it in 1 year or in 6 month interval. Same as before, by clicking the legend, the user can disable the sentiment from the chart. The overall sentiment level is displayed in gauge chart. As we can see here, the positive sentiment level is 2.04/5. The sentiment breakdown in percentage is presented in pie chart. As we can see here, the positive sentiment have the highest percentage with 48.8%, followed by negative, and lastly is neutral. Lastly is the word cloud. The sentiment related to AirAsia is presented in word cloud, and the right side of the word cloud, the words related to positive and negative sentiment is displayed. The word related to positive sentiment is in green color, and the word related to negative sentiment is in red color. This layout is the same for the Malindo Air dashboard and the MAS dashboard. Next is the real-time Twitter updates page. The official Twitter account for the three companies is displayed in this page. User can see the latest information on the Twitter of the three companies. Lastly is the competitive analysis page. In the competitive analysis page, user can choose to view the comparison of the companies by clicking the number on the company logo. So for number 1 is AirAsia versus MAS. The sentiment of AirAsia versus Malaysian Airlines is presented in horizontal bar chart. The total mentions of each sentiment is labelled on the chart. Next is the sentiment breakdown is percentage is displayed in donut chart. The total mentions of each sentiment of the company is displayed in line chart. The positive mentions, the negative mentions, and lastly the neutral sentiment. This is the same for all the other three comparisons. Lastly, the user can log out of the system by clicking the log out button. Then the user will be directed back to the login page. Then that's all from me. Thank you.